The train station. Just train station, but to get things from the DS.
Hey, I'm missing that. Well, but
use all the I did like hash browns and cheese. If you order no, I didn't. Yeah, she did. I remember. My friend did that.
You just run a copy. Right, I get it. I mean,
amazing.
Yeah, he should work. Hey, how does that work? I don't know what you think this is. You ain't never getting it back.
Sitting in these two chairs that are gay and just kind of like facing out to the main, the main hallway there. The terminal center is not at the airport. I see this. First of all, I see this kid, long hair, doing it. Then we see this man running his leg down. Short man with really good leg hair. Just like you and I are. Trying to get to speak. That's who that was. It was smarter than anybody lives. Yeah, I was just like, that's exactly who that was. He goes out to Paul Stanley's and he's running to catch his players. I was like, oh my gosh. Yes. He had no makeup on him. He still had that curly, long hair, like, because I mean, he pretty much like short. No biggie. No biggie. You see it every day here. It's like because you always see people take pictures. Go to LA. Yes.
Yeah.
I missed a client somewhere, and it's in LA, and Jamie comes out of it was like one of those.
Yeah, it is.
What is he doing? No. I was like, really?
He's just like that.
I know. And he goes, it's funny. Yeah, I just was something to read.
And she sells like new skin. She sells like
Still.
John, is the order sequence right? I had to put Dr. Allen's speech in the right spot.
they actually just come out and do stuff like she put on every day. It's like it's called Keynote. It's like this
Yeah.
And like they just have all kinds of things. So she went to Mexico.
So we're live now?
Oh yes.
We're good.
Good. And they brought in, she knows the things that she's good at. She's
He ran on the grave.
And she saw him sitting over with us because he has a new wife.
Yeah.
She introduced herself as
That was working. Right behind her. She's like,
grabbed her phone from me and she's like, just give it to me. I was like, so she's like,
Yeah.
I was just like,
Yeah.
and she's like, she did this again.
Yeah.
Just grab the camera. Let's just get this.
I'd like to take my phone.
Yes, exactly. One of the nicest people.
Hey, I'm gonna get
俺その話してたら、いや、この後3歳変わってるよね言われたの。今の状況は、こんな前だったら自分がしてる。俺知ってた。俺も。
Yes. Yeah. I'll give him this. I wasn't in front of him.
How are you?
This big bundle of cords is where the mic is. They don't have tape. They don't have tape.
No, it doesn't matter. I placed them in order.
Okay. So mine.
No, we said we're just gonna have like standing mics.
Okay, so no, we're staying together. So we're gonna one person get the one in the middle. Tyson's gonna get the one on the left. I'll get the one on the right. So we'll walk up. While color guard is up here, we're gonna have our mics and we'll face towards this. Once they say post or present arms, then we'll turn around.
He could have very well.
We're gonna start back there near that cord over there, and then we'll go front. Grab the mics, then we'll stand facing towards the flags while color guard does their thing. They're going to say either post or present arms. Either one. Over here. Yeah, we all have
No, Greg had nice shoes. Ow! Oh yeah, it's like the camera has the mic right here.
I said this to somebody interviewing. He said that I carry.
Go ahead. What?
Every person averaged out my fans, how much I get paid a year. Every person that I talk to.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the processional and remain standing for the presentation of the colors and the singing of the Japanese and the United States national anthems.
Right face. Post. Ready, 1. Ready, 2. Ready, 3. Ready, 4. Present arms.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets were glare, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? What a land of the free and the home of the brave.
Please be seated. Welcome, distinguished guests, Major General Val, Colonel Tomlinson, Ms. Tomlinson, Captain Montagne, Dr. Allen, Dr. Knight, Mr. Williams, Command Sergeant Major Dodson, Ms. Dodson, Command Sergeant Major Turner, Ms. Turner, faculty, parents, students, friends, and most importantly, members of the class of 2022. I would like to introduce Ms. Latasha Tita, our assistant principal here at Zama Middle High School.
Good afternoon. Seniors, you are prepared to move on. You have the knowledge and skills to be successful in today's world. It will be sad to see you go, but we will look forward to seeing you grow and change during the coming years. There are a few statistics that I would like to share with the audience about this class. There are 52 members of the class of 2020, of which 4 have lived in Japan since their birth, and 13 of them were born overseas. As a special statistics, we would like to recognize Mr. Keith Joel. He is the father of Keyshawn Joel, who graduated from Zama Middle High School 20 years ago this year. As far as future plans are concerned, 7% will enlist in the military, 5% plan to attend a 2-year college, 65% plan to attend a 4-year college, and 23% plan to enter the workforce or trade school. Scholarships. This is an exceptional class. They have earned approximately $1,658,924 in scholarships. They will attend colleges and universities. Really awesome, right? They will attend colleges and universities across the United States and in Japan. We would also like to thank our local organizations that awarded scholarships to Zama students. It does cost a small fortune to send a student to college, so I'm sure the students and their families greatly appreciate the support. I would now like to introduce our senior class president, Aubrey Giles.
After 4 long years of staying up late, stress, resilience, and determination, we have finally made it to the day we've had in the back of our minds since day one, graduation. Not to say that in the coming years we won't have to work hard or be resilient, but we have finally made it to this milestone. With that being said, I'm Aubrey Giles, the senior class president, and welcome again to Zama High School's 2022 graduation ceremony. Thank you all for coming to celebrate this monumentous occasion with us. I think I speak for a lot of us, if not all of us, when I say that this year has not been easy. We are fortunate to have had some COVID mitigations lifted that has made this graduation process easier. But from balancing school with preparing for college, applications, sports, extracurriculars, and trying to shove that last freshman in a locker, though frankly, I think our lockers are a little small for that. This year has not been easy. However, we are blessed to be here because of many of you. On behalf of the class of 2022, I would like to thank all the parents for your support and love and for pushing us to be the best students we could be. However, you didn't just push us to be great students, but good friends, avid learners, supportive teammates, active citizens, and well-rounded people. overall. You helped us develop these traits that won't just allow us to succeed in high school, but will help us succeed in life. To teachers, thank you for all the time and attention you gave us to help us do well in your classes. Thank you for introducing us to new materials that at the moment we may not have noticed the impact, but that we'll be able to use at some point in the future. Thank you for always pushing us and having high expectations for us that we could do our best. To everyone else who has been there for us, motivated us to work harder, prayed for us, never gave up on us, and pushed us to do our best, we thank you. We could not have made it this far without all of you. Now, before I introduce our next speaker, I would like to leave some words of advice from Ellen DeGeneres. Follow your passions, stay true to yourself, never follow someone else's path. Unless you're in the woods and you're lost and you see a path, then by all means take it. But seriously, stay positive, work hard, and make it happen. We did it. And now I welcome to the stage Pacific East District Superintendent Dr. Judith Allen.
Welcome to the Zama Middle High School commencement exercises for the class of 2022. Major General Val and Mrs. Val, Colonel Tomlinson and Mrs. Tomlinson, Captain Montanet, Command Sergeant Major Turner and Mrs. Turner, Command Sergeant Major Dotson and Mrs. Dotson. Thank you for joining us to celebrate the class of 2022 and for ongoing partnership that exists between the Zama and Atsugi communities and DODL. We couldn't have do what we do without you. Welcome PAC East DSO Community Superintendents, Mr. Willie Williams, Dr. Ronald Knight. Thank you for your continual support of the DODL vision of excellence and education for every student, every day, everywhere. We couldn't do it without you. Welcome faculty and staff of Zama Middle High. Thank you for ensuring DODL's mission to educate, engage, and empower military-connected students to succeed in a dynamic world. We couldn't do it without you. Welcome Zama and Atsugi communities. Thank you for your continual support, your volunteer spirit, and engagement in the everyday functioning of Zama Middle High School. We couldn't do what we do without you. Welcome proud parents of the class of 2022. Thank you for entrusting your precious children to us day after day. It's a bittersweet moment for sure, as today you see your babies become truly young adults on their own. We couldn't do what we do without you, nor could they. While the past few years have been anything but normal, we gather here today to repeat a ritual that is ingrained in our culture, that of recognizing and honoring the class of 2022. Welcome, dear Zama graduating class of 2022. It is my pleasure to share this wonderful occasion with you. What words of advice, words of wisdom do I offer for you to store and retrieve from your guidance coffer? In my search for those words that inspire, from a classroom wall appeared a quote from Reba McEntire. To succeed in life, you need three things: a wishbone, a backbone, and a funny bone. If you remember these things, think of the joy in your life it will bring. A wishbone provides optimism, passion, and drive to accomplish your vision. A backbone gives you the stamina you need to be true to yourself, to develop your creed. A funny bone helps you to rationalize that no one is perfect, that you must realize. The world is out there just waiting for you. Keep those thoughts close, whatever you do. To succeed in life, you need 3 things: a wishbone, a backbone, a funny bone. Congratulations, class of 2022. I wish the best for each of you. Thank you. It is my pleasure now to welcome the Zama Middle High School Salutatorian, Ms. Sarah Saunders.
Struggle is what defines the human experience. This is a saying which has been passed throughout the history of human existence, and something which I see myself using a lot when looking back on my time here at Zama High School. The last 4 years of our lives have been full of struggles that have made many of us question the preset expectations which we believed high school to be. The world as we know it seemingly changed altogether throughout arguably some of our most important foundational years. However, no one wants to hear another COVID story, so let's cut to the main point. Class of 2022, we've all had a good amount of struggles, and you know what? That doesn't stop once we're handed that diploma or shipped off to another continent or city. Conflicts never stop arising in life. Yet, the reason why struggle is what defines the human experience is the very thing that should comfort you. The fact that after every struggle and every problem and strife, you came out of it more experienced and confident in who you are. Now look at you. You here, a better and stronger person than who you were when you started your opening days of freshman year or handed your first failing grade. All of the struggle that each of you have been through has helped build a unique character that is sitting here today. So don't ever think for a second that you can't handle what life throws at you, because seeing all of you here, it's pretty evident that you can handle quite a bit. And yet, through the journey of life, there's another limitation that often sieges the human mind. A global pandemic, you could say, that sweeps across droves of people with little to no attention. The constant comparisons that people make of themselves to each other that push people away from what they truly want to do. Yet, each of you is more than capable of carving out your own path that is sure to be worthwhile because you chose it. If you find that something doesn't fit you, just change it. But never for a second think that what you're doing isn't worthy because someone else does something seemingly more impressive. Let your decisions stand and be testimonial to the character which you have and will form from here on out. So whether it be a university, trade school, profession, or gap year, remember that it's your life at the end of the day, and the only person who you need to seek validation from is yourself and yourself alone. As I wrap up this speech, I'd like to thank some people who have helped me throughout my school journey. To Richie Blackmore, a man whose music has gotten me through the best and worst times. The teachers who have taught, encouraged, and been there to give advice throughout the years. My closest friends, Annalisa Ochner and Kyla Bolin. People who have grown so much over the years and I know will go on to become incredible people. And above all else, my mother and father who have never stopped supporting me throughout high school and my entire life. Thank you, class of 2022, and I wish you all the luck on your futures, wherever and whatever they may be. Now I'd like to welcome to the stage the class of 2022 Valedictorian Priscilla Pierre.
Good evening, family, friends, distinguished guests, random person passing by, hey there! And of course, the graduating class of 2022. Whoa, did I really just say that? graduating class of 2022. Oh my word. I know some of us are more in a hurry than others to get out of here, get out of Japan, and get on with our lives. I'm looking at you, Kirsten. But can we just stop for a second and think about the fact that we just did that? We just did that, you guys. We survived our 720-day, 5,040-hour sentence imposed on us by the federal government to sit in desks, stare at smartboards, and regurgitate information in a multiple choice format. We got out. We survived the all-nighters, cramming for tests and finishing up last-minute projects. We survived 2.5 years of a pandemic. We survived the fire in Miss Kemper's classroom. We survived Miss Fulford's tests, even though we're all sort of dressed like we're going to a funeral right now because our school color just so happens to be black. This should be nothing short of a celebration. So I want to give thanks to God, to our families, to our teachers, and to all the people who have and will continue to support and motivate us along the way. Thank you. Now, to be completely honest, I didn't really know how to write this speech. So, like any good Gen Z, I did some research. By that, I mean I pulled out my phone and I Googled it. One detail that came up across many reputable sources, including, of course, the distinguished, critically acclaimed WikiHow, was to avoid bringing up Webster's dictionary. So, according to Webster's dictionary, the definition of avoid is, I'm just kidding. In all seriousness, the one thing that I found that all valedictorian addresses have in common is that they're all inspirational. Inspirational? I'm 17 years old. I barely know how to drive a car, let alone inspire an entire class of people. Anyone that knows me knows that I'm incredibly socially awkward. I can barely get a sentence out without tripping over my words, courtesy of being a homeschooled kid from kindergarten to middle school. What am I supposed to do? It certainly didn't help that I started working on this the night before it was due, just like any assignment I've had for the last maybe 2 years, because although by the grace of God I've stayed COVID-free, I got senioritis way too early. So here's my attempt at being inspirational. Quick disclaimer, I'm not legally responsible for any of the outcomes that may happen should you choose to listen to the following message. Just want to put that out there. Now, when you think of greatness, the first thing that often comes to mind is a superhero fighting bad guys, or at least a world-renowned, successful open-heart surgeon, right? We're told when we're little that we're going to be doctors, we're going to be lawyers, and not that there's anything wrong with those careers. Sorry, Shan, you're going to do awesome. But we need to redefine what greatness means. It doesn't matter what you want to be when you grow up. It matters how you want to be when you grow up. You see, how asks for the measure of a state of being, like the state of your faith, your relationships, or your mental health, while what asks about an identity. To put it in simple terms, a person might want to be, and just to keep this example going, a world-renowned successful doctor. I mean, everyone wants to be successful, right? Because that's what it means in our society to be great. But if someone asks, how are you in the future, how will you be able to reply? How do you want to be able to reply? And not just the polite, oh yeah, good, wife's good, kids are good, yada, yada. But really, how are you? How are your relationships? How is your faith? How is your mental health? How are you? How is your state of being? Now, I'm not going to answer that question for you. As long as your heart is content, then that's the goal. Because greatness isn't just about what you are, but how you are. You can be the most quote-unquote successful person in the world, but if you're not content, how great can you really be? So I encourage you, as you make the billions of choices you will encounter in the future, no pressure, think about how just as much as what those choices will make you. Don't focus so much on the what that you neglect the how. Don't sacrifice your state of being for an identity. Now, I'm not saying that there won't be challenges and that life won't be hard. Nobody's perfect. But in the end, after becoming that person, that thing, that identity that you're pursuing, how is your state of being? Was it worth it? Are you content? I sincerely hope so. Because when you are genuinely happy, when you are content in your state of being, that's when people look at you and say, now that is one great person. And when someone asks you, hey, how are you? You can answer sincerely and confidently, I'm great. Was that inspirational enough? A few months from now, thank you. A few months from now, you won't remember what I said. Maybe even tomorrow you'll wake up and you won't remember what I said, but you will remember how you spent your final moment as a senior at Zama Middle High School. So take lots of pictures, hug your friends, and remember that this is a celebration of all your accomplishments. Congratulations, class of 2022. And now the one and only Pulani Tremel.
Good evening. I am Pulani Tremel, the former commander of the Zama Middle High School JROTC Trojan Battalion, and it is my honor to present to you the commencement speaker for our graduation this evening, United States Army Japan Major General Joel J.B. Val. Major General Val was commissioned as an infantry officer in the United States Army upon graduation from the University of Alabama in 1991. During his career, he has been stationed in Europe, the Pacific, the Middle East, and many installations across the United States, where he's commanded at all levels. Major General Val most recently served as the Deputy Commanding General of Operations for the 25th Infantry Division and Deputy Strategic Planning and Policy Directorate, U.S. Indo-Pacific Command. He assumed his present duties on June 25th, 2021. General Val is also an avid cyclist. He is a Category 2 USA Cycling Road Racer and is a member of the Cortex Masters team located in Port Lauda Valley, California. He also has the distinction of being the 2018 and 2019 Hawaii State Masters champion. Class of 2022, I present to you the commencement speaker for the Zama Middle High School 2022 graduation, Major General Joel J.B. Val.
Thanks, everybody. Those are hard acts to really proud of our salutatorian and valedictorian speeches. I was actually taking some notes in my mind, and I think I'm going to have to delete most of my speech because I can't keep up with that. It was very inspiring. So, konbanwa. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for Zama Middle High School's commencement ceremony for the graduating class of 2022. To those of you who are watching online from across the Pacific, thank you for joining us. We're honored by your presence to witness and celebrate our graduating class on this special day. And to our aforementioned guests, our leadership from Zama, Atsugi, thank you for your attendance. It's actually kind of inspiring. I'm looking at the formation right now and the symbology of having the students, leadership from the community surrounded by the parents. It's actually pretty impactful. And I'll talk more about that later with moms and dads and what it means to be a military brat. So class of 2022, moms, dads, Dr. Allen, Dr. Knight, Mr. Lefebvre, soldiers, sailors, family members, and members of the Nafetsugi and Camp Zama housing communities, you have absolutely no idea how honored I am to be here before you as the speaker for this tremendous occasion. As said, I am Major General J.B. Val, the commander of U.S. Army Japan, and a proud teammate to many of your moms and dads in the audience.
So to be invited to speak to their kids, offer them key life advice, and maybe a dad joke or two, pay attention, was an offer I couldn't refuse. Oh, you think I'm kidding? Okay. I have a joke about chemistry, but I don't think it's going to get a reaction. Your years at high school here have not been the easiest, as we've heard already. High school is always hard on young adults, but because of your success and the necessary precautions of COVID-19, you were able to fight through that. Mr. Lefebvre, the entire Zama Middle High School staff, and the Dodia community have done a superb job ensuring the safety and health of our students during the school year and those that have been disrupted by COVID-19. To our graduates today, your accomplishments and achievements outshine even the largest of schools. You truly will never forget your graduation, as it's a unique end to your 12 years of arduous education that no doubt stretched across the globe and from so many locations over those years. I have friends in the military, general officers, who graduated from this very high school and have nothing but fond memories and appreciation for how their time here helped them to be successful adults later in life. Back in my day, we walked to an unheated building, served as our school, 5 miles in the snow each way. But you made it through the rigors of remote learning, in-school learning, online learning, book learning, and just about every other type of learning, which is unthinkable in my time. You were the first in 2 years, post-COVID restrictions, to enjoy face-to-face events and celebrate traditional milestones such as prom, field day, ceremonies, and hosting Far East Musical, and doing sporting events. Those are big deals. You'll reflect upon that later on. You've battled through this year with constant change, quarantines, curfews, vaccination, sickness, COVID-19 tests, and school tests, and life adjustments to keep you, your family, faculty, classmates, community safe, all in a foreign country. But you did it. You did it. Make no mistake about it. This class of 2022 is the epitome of what it takes to be resilient and resourceful. Of all of our graduates, 34 have decided to continue education through college in majors such as political science, bio pre-med, business, education, and combined, as stated, you've earned almost nearly $1.7 million in scholarships. Many of you have received full 4-year academic scholarships, and several of you enlisting in the United States military, and you're doing so at a very consequential time. And I thank you ahead of your service. All of you are the hope to continue our progress to future generations. 22 students earn the honors diploma, with 13 of those earning a 4.0 GPA. 13! That's a big deal. It's a testament to your ability to dig deep within yourselves, to complete the most difficult assignments in a remote location, the most challenging of times. It's also a testament to the efforts of your teachers, who have one of the most honorable and oldest professions, impactful professions in human history. And many societies don't simply consider the basic goal of being a teacher to teach literacy, but also to pass the knowledge of the life experience, traditions, cultures on to our younger generations. Sergeant Major, time for another dad joke? What country's capital is growing the fastest? Ireland. Every day it's Dublin. This is going over well. You're paying attention. You are adding your legacy of learning as part of the school's rich history since it opened in 1958, when the first high school class started here in Camp Zama, which, as you know, started as the location of the Japanese Imperial Military Academy, the West Point in Annapolis of its day. You are now on your way to meet your destiny in life, like many who went before you. And while that destiny is unknown, I think my presence here tonight is a little bit fortuitous, and I share and can empathize with many of your experiences as kids of military parents. For you see, I too am an Army brat, although I went to 4 different high schools. Not because I'm the failure academically, but because we kept moving every year. I saw that, Don King. I do not recommend that course of action, by the way. Finally graduating from a public school in Columbia, South Carolina. At that point, I decided to go on to a state university to become a doctor, primarily because my high school teacher, AP biology teacher, was pretty influential and had faith in my abilities to do that in the future. After my first semester, I realized that my true calling was to lead soldiers. And as an Army brat, it kind of became a familiar thing and a theme. So since that time and receiving a commission in 91, I've been doing this for 31 years. So I might make a career out of this. I can't explain what happened exactly, but this was during the last years of the Cold War, and we lived under the threat of nuclear annihilation, and our main challenge was the Soviet Union, which was adamant upon ending our way of life. I remember being a kid, just like you, stationed in West Germany. Look it up. In elementary school, Dodds, hearing the alarm sirens go off every 3 months. Those were the alerts. And our dads and moms were running to the gates to get the tanks and get the vehicles out and go to their assembly areas because we were fighting the Soviet Union. We were practicing for that inevitable invasion. I watched many times my father run to the base from our tiny apartment and roll out the gate in 15 minutes with an armored column. We kids knew then, this is the late 70s, back when it was hard. We had to walk to school 5 miles in the snow each way. We knew what it was all about. At the far edges of empire, we were American kids, there because of our parents, very much like you here today. But I look back on then Dodge schools, now Dodia, and the teachers who understood our situation and made us better adults for their efforts. They lived among us. They shared the same risk with all of us, setting a unique American example. I dare to say that they saw something in our younger generation, a hope that we would find the solutions later to a more peaceful and prosperous world. I think that my generation now looks at you as the hope of helping us solve our most vexing challenges, be it climate change, a multipolar world consisting of aggregated threats that want to see us out of the region, eventually supplanting us on the world stage, and the seemingly seismic cultural shifts in our own society. All of you are going to be that glue that will bind and heal and keep America and freedom strong. You may not realize it yet, but we all have faith in you. I want to share with those graduating today who have chosen or will choose to enlist in the military that you too are critical and important today more than ever in protecting the rights and freedoms of the United States. So a quick story for you. A young Captain Paul William Bucha was at this very school in 1959 after his father, a World War II veteran, was stationed here. He traveled the country, was part of the Boy Scouts, and became an All-American swimmer. After his graduation, he was offered many scholarships from different universities. However, he chose an appointment to the United States Military Academy at West Point. His first day at the academy, he met up with his old scoutmaster from Japan, who was actually a faculty member and helped him throughout his time at the academy. A few short years later, in 1967, after being commissioned, he was sent to Vietnam to command an infantry company. And during a mission, his company was met with overwhelming enemy forces and firepower from hidden positions. And during that initial attack, many of his men were killed and or wounded, and his escape route was cut off. Throughout the night, Captain Bucha moved through numerous positions, distributing ammunition, providing encouragement, ensuring the integrity of his defenses, destroying enemy positions, disregarding his own injuries to his own life to save his men and evacuate the wounded and killed. Now, Captain Bucha would eventually receive the Medal of Honor for his actions, a student from Camp Zama High School. So regardless of your path, you are the hope and future of America. So put everything you have in the start of this new phase in your lives, whether it be a gap year, a school year. Think about what you want to do. For those of you who are still looking for their next opportunity, challenge in life, or unsure of what to do next, I've got a recruiter standing by at the back just in case. Okay, that didn't go over well. So dad joke number 3 about the card here. Hey, you know, before I came here tonight, I was at the gym where I saw someone put a water bottle in the Pringles holder on the treadmill. Ooh, that didn't go over well. All right, my gym enthusiasts over there. Thank you. I'll pay you later. So now we conclude with the obligatory life advice from the key commencement speaker, me. I know you've been waiting for this final moment because I'm the only thing holding you back from dinner. So get out your pens and paper and take notes. And stop rolling your eyes, please. Number 1, you've heard this before, so this is not original thought. You've heard it tonight. Be yourself. No one else can. Only you can be you. Someone will always be better, faster, smarter, maybe more attractive than you. Never let that bother you, and don't let others define you ever. Point 2, live up to your full potential. Don't settle, and don't peak in high school. I'm serious. I see it every day. You've got more in you than you realize. Don't worry about it. Don't stress about it. Just know there's a well within your soul. I know there is, because I was in your shoes in 1987 as an Army brat graduating from a public school. You got more. Someday it's going to be needed. Luck is where preparation and opportunity meet. You can't control luck, and you may not have as many opportunities as your fellow man, but all preparation is entirely on you. Life is all about choices. Make good ones. Wake up every day willing to help others, be part of something greater than just you. After food, clothing, shelter, there's not a lot more fundamental need for human beings than the need to belong. Be part of something bigger than yourself. There are good days and there are great days, and very rarely are there bad days. Very rarely. And they're never that bad. Always have a plan or an escape route. So on that note, final dad joke. Why couldn't the bicycle stand up by itself? It was too tired. Amen. Coin to this cat. Coin. So thank you. Best of luck to all of you. I know you're going to do great now and in the future. You have to, because we've left you in a position where we're going to need you in the future. And I want to thank the parents one more time, again, symbolically flanking you, ready to let you go forth, spring you into the world, and do great things. Omadato, congratulations, and now go out and conquer the world. Thank you very much.
Thank you, General Val. Ladies and gentlemen, and now to the class of 2022, the awarding of the diplomas. Zamaya Lauren Alvarado. Tyson Joseph Armstrong. J. Michael Birdwell. Kyla Marie Bolin. Leah Hanako Bourget. Tyler Robert Bryan. Joshua Ugali Kaburian. Alec Rashad Carter. Milton Emmanuel Diaz. Catherine Joy Escalante. Raylin Nicole Unpinco Flores. Aubrey Ann Giles. Murray Gillerson. Mark Deshaun Halog. Emery Khalees Hartraft. Irilyn Kanessa Hirata. Cheyenne Talina Hudson. Liam Taishi Hunter. Keyshawn Alize Joel. Jarukpanon Kenchot. Angela Faith King. Alina Kaylani Lim. Thierry Anise Lindsay. Aiden James Malone. Rafael Martinez. Keyshawn Tyga McNeil. Quinn Quilty Montgomery. Josue Adriel Munoz. May Aaron Orlowski. Kobe Anthony Parker. Charlotte Jane Patterson. Hannah Sophia Pemberton. Dominic Joseph Paruccio. Hayden Daniel Perusic. Priscilla Elizabeth Pierre. Aaron Christian Pillay. Jonathan Quayle Rands. Margaret Teresa Ryan. Kyla Mayumi Samuelson. Sarah Michelle Sanders. Micah Minoru Santos. Richard Leroy Sevilla. Kirsten Faith Sharp. Joanna Jihe Shin. Shad Shiozawa. Andrew Silva. Sydney Angeli Steele Flores. Joseph Makoto Suyama. Pulani Consuelo Tremel. Skylar Aliikea Venn. Tariqus Keon Warner. Sarah Marie Whalen. Janaya Laquette Wynn.
Seniors, please rise. On behalf of the Department of Defense Education Activity, its director, Mr. Thomas Brady, the Department of Defense Pacific and its director, Ms. Lois Rapp, along with the Japan District and its superintendent, Dr. Judith Allen, I have reviewed and certified your official school transcripts and now have the honor and privilege to announce that you, as the members of the class of 2022, are now graduates of Zama Middle High School. Graduates, please advance your tassels. On behalf of the faculty and staff of Zama Middle High School, I wish each of you the happiness of a productive life, the respect of your fellow human beings, and the love of your family. Life is a series of starting over. It is now time for you to make a fresh start. I encourage you to make the most of your opportunities. My words of encouragement are brief, but come from within your class. In that, all of you know I live on Sagamihara. And while there, I saw one of your classmates walking in her boots in preparation for her induction day at West Point. So my advice to you is get ready for your life by wearing your boots. Be prepared for things that come along. Even though you may not wear boots, the symbology is there. Be prepared for what is to come. May the future be yours. Congratulations, graduates. Please turn and face your family and friends. Ladies and gentlemen, may I present the graduating class of 2022. As part of the time-honored tradition of a cap toss, we are going to ensure the safety of the friends and family gathered with us here this evening by moving away from our crowd to do so. Seniors, please face the Z and move to your designated cap toss location. Thank you again from the staff here at Zama Middle High School. Thank you, Miss Erin Moore. Mr. John Binns, Mr. Richard Rogers, the rest of faculty and staff for putting on this wonderful commencement ceremony. Thank you, parents, for trusting us for all those years, all these years, with your most precious of treasures, your children. You are dismissed. Have a wonderful evening. This concludes our ceremony.
Good job.
Please raise. Tita, yes.
Thank you for having us. Thank you. Thanks for the opportunity.